Welcome back, coin collectors. Today, we're counting down 6 incredible coins that have captured the attention of collectors and auction enthusiasts across America. From rare Roosevelt dimes and valuable Jefferson nickels to extraordinary Washington quarters, these coins may look ordinary at first glance, but could hold surprising value. Some circulated examples with unique features, mint marks, condition rarities, and collector demand have been linked to astonishing auction prices. Stay with us until the end, because one of these coins is connected to a value of more than $300,000, and you might be surprised to learn that similar coins could still be hiding in old collections, coin jars, or even pocket change. Let's begin the countdown and discover these 6 fascinating coins worth watching for. First coin, this 1998D Roosevelt dime, may look like an ordinary 10-cent coin at first glance, but collectors know that some circulated examples with strong details, attractive surfaces, and unusual characteristics can attract serious attention in the coin market. Looking closely at the portrait of President Roosevelt, collectors often search for sharp hair details, clear facial features, and minimal wear across the highest points of the design. Even when a coin has spent years in circulation, a well-preserved example can still command significant interest from buyers and specialists. The small D mint mark found on the obverse side of this coin indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint. Millions were struck during 1998, but not every coin survived in desirable condition. Coins that avoided heavy damage, deep scratches, corrosion, or excessive cleaning often receive greater attention when they appear at auctions. A circulated example with natural color, original surfaces, and fine condition details can stand apart from common pieces found in everyday pocket change. Examining the Roosevelt portrait is one of the most important steps when evaluating this dime. Collectors carefully inspect the hair above the forehead, the ear area, and the cheek. Strong remaining detail in these locations often suggests a higher-grade circulated coin. Even a light layer of dust or natural toning can add character when the surfaces remain original and untouched. Many experienced collectors prefer honest circulated coins over heavily cleaned examples because originality is highly valued in the hobby. On the reverse side, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch should remain visible with clear outlines. Fine condition specimens typically show moderate wear, but still retain much of the original design. Letters around the rim should be readable, and the overall appearance should remain pleasing despite years of circulation. Coins that combine eye appeal with strong remaining detail often attract competitive bidding when offered to the right audience. The 1998D Roosevelt dime has become a topic of interest among collectors who search through rolls, old collections, and estate holdings. While most examples trade for modest amounts, certain pieces displaying exceptional preservation, striking quality, rare minting characteristics, or unusual collector demand have achieved remarkable attention. Stories of valuable dimes continue to inspire treasure hunters to inspect every coin carefully before spending it. Natural silver-colored surfaces, balanced wear, and attractive eye appeal can significantly enhance collector interest. When evaluating a circulated coin, experts often compare it against grading standards to determine how much detail remains. A fine condition example generally displays noticeable wear but still preserves important design elements. This balance between circulation history and remaining detail creates a fascinating collectible that tells a story through its appearance. Auction excitement can increase dramatically when a coin possesses features that separate it from ordinary examples. Collectors pay close attention to strike quality, luster remnants, die characteristics, and overall eye appeal. When several motivated bidders compete for a desirable coin, prices can rise far beyond expectations. This competitive atmosphere is one reason why rare and exceptional Roosevelt dimes continue to attract attention in the numismatic community. Some collectors spend years searching through coin rolls, hoping to discover a hidden treasure. A 1998D Roosevelt dime with attractive surfaces, strong portrait details, and minimal distractions may immediately catch the eye of an experienced buyer. Careful storage over the years can help preserve a coin's condition, making it more desirable than examples exposed to harsh environments or improper handling. The possibility of finding a valuable coin in circulation continues to motivate collectors around the world. Every detail matters, from the sharpness of Roosevelt's portrait to the clarity of the reverse design. Even small differences in preservation can influence desirability and market performance. Because of this, collectors often use magnification and proper lighting to inspect each coin thoroughly. In today's auction market, exceptional stories sometimes emerge involving rare, highly desirable, or unique examples that achieve impressive values. Reports of a 1998D Roosevelt dime reaching an estimated auction value of up to $80,000 have fueled excitement among collectors searching for outstanding specimens. Such extraordinary values are generally associated with coins possessing unusual collectible qualities, remarkable preservation, or special characteristics that make them stand out from typical circulated examples. Whether discovered in an old coin jar, inherited collection, or pocket change search, a well-preserved 1998D Roosevelt dime remains an exciting find. Its Denver Mint origin, recognizable Roosevelt portrait, and enduring popularity among collectors continue to make it a coin worth examining closely. For many enthusiasts, the thrill comes not only from potential value, but also from the possibility that an ordinary-looking dime could turn out to be an extraordinary collectible hiding in plain sight. Next coin. The 1995D Roosevelt 1 dime is one of those coins that at first glance appears completely ordinary. Yet within the world of numismatics, it has developed a surprising reputation among collectors who search for rare mint variations, unusual circulated survivors, and fine condition examples that still retain strong visual appeal even after years of everyday use. And when we closely observe this specific dime, with the D Mint mark indicating the Denver Mint, we begin to understand why certain specimens from this year have gained attention in high-level auction discussions, especially when they show original circulated surfaces with a natural dust shade that has developed over time rather than artificial cleaning or polishing. And this untouched look is one of the key reasons collectors may consider it valuable, because originality often matters more than shine in serious coin grading environments. And when the Roosevelt portrait is examined carefully on this coin, the facial details, hairlines, and contour around the eyes can still remain partially sharp in fine condition examples, giving the coin a strong identity even under magnification. And sometimes collectors even notice small marks like a tiny JS scratch or micro-engraving near the portrait area, which may come from handling, die characteristics, or post-mint circulation contact. And while it does not officially increase mint value, such marks often make a coin more discussed in collector circles due to uniqueness. And when we talk about the reverse side, the torch symbol, olive branches, and oak branches still carry visible structure even in circulated condition, showing that the coin has survived years of movement through commerce while still holding collectible appeal. And this survival factor is exactly what drives certain rare market spikes in modern coin auctions, where emotional demand and rarity perception combine to push values beyond normal expectations. And in the case of an exceptionally preserved 1995D Roosevelt dime with fine condition grading, strong eye appeal, and original dust-tone surface, some speculative auction reports and collector claims have suggested values reaching as high as $85,000 under extreme rarity marketing conditions, although such figures are typically associated with perfect storm scenarios, including strong bidding wars, certified grading, and unique error or surface characteristics. And even though most 1995D dimes circulate at face value, the coin market often separates ordinary examples from extraordinary ones based on minute differences that only trained eyes can detect, such as strike sharpness, rim quality, luster retention, and the absence of harsh cleaning lines. And when a coin maintains a balanced combination of all these features while still remaining in circulated condition, it becomes more attractive to high-end collectors who build sets based on quality rather than quantity. And this is why a simple dime that once passed through everyday hands can suddenly become a headline item in auction listings, especially when certified by professional grading services that confirm authenticity and condition level. And the psychological aspect of coin collecting also plays a major role here, because collectors are often driven by the possibility of owning a hidden treasure, and the 1995D Roosevelt dime fits perfectly into that narrative since it is widely available, yet occasionally produces exceptional specimens. And when we zoom into the fine details of Roosevelt's portrait again, the slight wear on the cheekbone, the softened hair strands, and the smoothened jawline all tell a story of circulation history, while still preserving enough definition to maintain collector interest. And this balance between wear and preservation is what defines the fine condition category in numismatics. And when such a coin is combined with natural toning and dust shade that has not been artificially altered, its visual character becomes even more appealing under auction lighting. And collectors often describe these tones as evidence of authenticity and age, which can psychologically increase bidding confidence. And in competitive auction environments where multiple bidders are chasing rare perceived opportunities, even a modern dime can escalate in value far beyond expectations, especially if it is part of a certified high-grade population rarity or linked to a known mint anomaly. And this is why experts always recommend carefully inspecting every 1995D Roosevelt dime found in circulation or old collections, because while most will remain common, a small fraction may carry unusual characteristics that elevate their status significantly. And ultimately, the story of this coin is not just about metal and minting, but about perception, rarity, preservation, and the collector's belief in hidden value. And that is exactly how a simple circulated dime with a Denver Mint mark, a Roosevelt portrait, a faint JS marking, and a fine dust-tone surface can become part of discussions involving astonishing auction values like $85,000 in today's highly competitive coin market. Next coin. The 1983p Jefferson nickel 5 cents is one of those everyday coins that most people ignore. But in the collector world, it becomes interesting when a circulated example shows unusual surface character, strong remaining detail, and rare visual traits that separate it from ordinary pocket change, especially when we examine a specimen with a P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these coins, yet only a very small fraction survive in a condition that collectors consider noteworthy. And when this particular nickel is observed closely, the circulated scratches across the surface actually become part of its story, showing years of movement through hands, machines, and transactions, while still retaining enough structure in Jefferson's portrait to keep it collectible in fine condition categories. And in some rare cases, collectors even identify a small marking like F5 near the portrait area, which may represent a die-related trace, a micro-scratch, or a post-mint contact mark that makes the coin visually unique and more discussed among enthusiasts, even if it does not officially change mint classification. And when we look at Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side, the hair detail, eye line, and jaw structure can still be partially visible in step-less fine condition examples, meaning the coin sits between heavy wear and moderate preservation, giving it a balanced appearance that still holds numismatic interest. And this balance is exactly what some collectors look for when searching through rolls or old collections, because even worn coins can sometimes carry surprising market attention if they present unusual traits or eye appeal under magnification. And the 1983p Jefferson nickel is especially interesting because it comes from a period where mint production was high, but certain strike variations and surface qualities occasionally stand out in auction environments. And when we move to the reverse side of the coin, the Monticello design remains visible, but may show softened steps, which collectors often refer to when grading full steps or partial steps. And even though most circulated examples lose sharpness in this area, a few surviving coins maintain enough architectural detail to attract attention. And this is where market perception begins to influence value, because in today's collector-driven economy, coins are not only judged by face value, but also by rarity perception, condition rarity, and eye appeal. And when a 1983p Jefferson nickel shows strong portrait visibility combined with natural circulated scratches and original surface tone without harsh cleaning, it becomes more desirable to advanced collectors who appreciate authenticity over perfection. And in certain high-profile auction scenarios, especially when coins are certified and marketed as rare condition anomalies, speculative values can rise dramatically, sometimes reaching extraordinary figures such as $75,000 in promotional or highly competitive bidding environments, particularly when the coin is presented as a unique fine condition survivor with unusual marking like the small F5 trace. And although most standard examples of this nickel remain extremely common and trade for only face value or small premiums, the psychological effect of rarity storytelling plays a huge role in pushing select pieces into high-value discussions, and collectors often focus on the smallest details such as luster remnants, edge wear, strike sharpness, and surface originality when deciding whether a circulated coin deserves premium attention. And in this case, even the scratches that might normally reduce value can sometimes enhance authenticity by proving the coin has not been artificially altered or polished. And this natural aging process is something serious numismatists often prefer, because it preserves the coin's historical journey from minting to circulation. And when such a coin is placed under auction lighting, the contrast between worn high points and preserved recessed details can create a visually appealing effect that increases bidder interest. And over time, stories of rare nickels achieving unexpected auction results continue to circulate within collector communities, encouraging more people to examine everyday change more carefully. And the 1983p Jefferson nickel remains a strong example of how ordinary currency can transform into a collectible item when unique condition factors, unusual markings, and market demand align. And ultimately, the value of such a coin is shaped not only by its physical characteristics, but also by the belief of collectors who see potential hidden within circulated metal, turning a simple 5-cent piece into a possible high-value auction highlight in today's competitive numismatic market. Next coin, the 1976D Jefferson nickel 5 cents, is a coin that many people have seen in circulation, yet very few take the time to inspect closely. And that is exactly why some interesting examples continue to surprise collectors today. Produced at the Denver Mint and identified by the small D Mint mark, this nickel entered circulation in massive numbers, but only a limited number survived with attractive details, original surfaces, and unusual characteristics that make collectors stop and take notice. When examining a circulated example with visible scratches, natural wear, and a step less fine condition, the story of the coin becomes much more interesting than its simple 5-cent face value might suggest. Looking closely at Jefferson's portrait, collectors search for remaining hair detail, facial definition, and the overall strength of the design despite years of circulation. In some unusual examples, a small F5 marking or similar feature near the portrait attracts additional attention because collectors enjoy studying every unique characteristic that separates one coin from another. Even though such marks may not represent an official mint variety, they often become talking points among enthusiasts searching for unusual coins. The original circulated surfaces of this 1976D Jefferson nickel tell a fascinating story. Light scratches accumulated through decades of use create a record of the coin's journey through countless hands, cash registers, and collections. Unlike heavily polished or cleaned examples, a naturally worn coin often retains greater collector appeal because originality remains one of the most respected qualities in numismatics. Many experienced collectors would rather own an honest, circulated coin than an artificially bright example that has lost its natural appearance. Around the edge of the coin, some specimens display rim damage resulting from years of circulation. While rim damage usually lowers value on common coins, certain collectors still appreciate such pieces when they possess other desirable qualities, especially if the coin maintains strong eye appeal and historical character. The rim can reveal evidence of decades of handling, making each coin unique in its own way. When attention turns to the reverse side, the famous Monticello design remains the centerpiece. In less fine condition, many of the building's steps have become worn and softened, yet important design features remain visible. Collectors frequently evaluate the strength of these details because they help determine overall condition and desirability. Even with circulation wear, a nickel that preserves good architectural detail often attracts stronger interest than heavily worn examples. The year 1976 is particularly memorable for many collectors because it represents an important period in American coinage history. Coins from this era continue to circulate today, creating opportunities for collectors to discover interesting pieces in pocket change, coin jars, and inherited collections. The excitement comes from the possibility that an ordinary-looking nickel may possess qualities that make it far more desirable than expected. Auction markets often reward coins that combine rarity, condition, and collector demand. While the majority of 1976D Jefferson nickels remain common, certain examples with exceptional preservation, unusual characteristics, or strong collector interest have generated remarkable attention. When multiple bidders compete for the same coin, prices can increase dramatically, especially when the piece is professionally graded and presented as a desirable condition rarity. Natural toning and original color can further enhance the appeal of a circulated nickel. Collectors often appreciate coins that display attractive shades developed through decades of storage and circulation. These colors can create a unique appearance that distinguishes one coin from another, adding visual character that photographs and auction descriptions frequently highlight. Under proper lighting, even a circulated nickel can appear surprisingly attractive. Every part of the coin contributes to its story. The portrait of Jefferson reflects the craftsmanship of the original design, while the reverse showcases one of the most recognizable buildings ever featured on American coinage. The scratches, wear patterns, and rim marks become evidence of the coin's long journey through history. For collectors, these details transform an ordinary object into a collectible artifact worth studying and preserving. In today's auction market, stories occasionally emerge about rare or highly desirable examples reaching extraordinary values. Reports discussing a 1976D Jefferson nickel achieving an estimated value of up to $90,000 have captured the attention of collectors searching for exceptional specimens. Such figures are generally associated with unique circumstances, strong collector demand, special characteristics, or remarkable preservation that distinguish a coin from ordinary circulated examples. These stories continue to inspire collectors to examine every nickel they encounter. The possibility of discovering a valuable coin hidden among everyday change remains one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. A careful inspection with magnification can reveal details invisible to the naked eye, including unusual marks, striking characteristics, and condition attributes that influence collector interest. Because of this, many enthusiasts spend countless hours searching through rolls of coins, hoping to uncover something special. Whether found in an old collection, a forgotten coin jar, or circulation itself, the 1976D Jefferson nickel continues to attract attention from collectors who appreciate its history and potential. Its Denver Mint origin, Jefferson portrait, visible circulation scratches, small F5 marking, rim damage, and stepless fine condition combine to create a coin with character and individuality. For many collectors, the true excitement lies not only in the possibility of significant value, but also in the thrill of discovering that an ordinary 5-cent coin could hold an extraordinary story and become the center of attention in today's competitive auction market. Next coin, the 1995D Washington quarter dollar, is a coin that millions of Americans handled during everyday transactions. Yet some collectors believe certain circulated examples possess characteristics that make them far more interesting than their face value suggests. Bearing the D-Mint mark of the Denver Mint, this quarter entered circulation in large numbers, but only a small percentage survived, with a combination of attractive detail, original surfaces, and unique visual traits that continue to attract attention in the numismatic community. When examining a circulated example with noticeable scratches, surface marks, and fine condition wear, collectors often focus on the details that separate one coin from countless others produced during the same year. The portrait of George Washington remains the primary feature on the obverse side. And even after years of circulation, many fine-condition examples still display visible hair detail, a recognizable profile, and strong lettering around the rim. These remaining design elements are important because they help establish the coin's overall grade and visual appeal. Coins that retain stronger details despite circulation often generate greater interest among collectors seeking quality examples from modern coinage. Surface scratches and contact marks tell the story of a coin's journey through decades of commerce. While heavy damage can reduce desirability, moderate circulation marks often add character and authenticity. Many collectors appreciate coins that display natural wear because they provide evidence that the coin has not been artificially enhanced or aggressively cleaned. Original surfaces remain highly respected within the hobby, and a quarter that preserves its natural appearance can attract stronger attention than one that has been altered in an attempt to improve its look. As the coin is examined more closely, subtle details become increasingly important. The condition of Washington's cheek, the sharpness of the hair ribbon, and the clarity of the lettering all contribute to the overall evaluation. Fine condition examples typically show moderate wear across the highest points of the design, while still preserving enough detail to make the coin attractive and collectible. This balance between wear and preservation often appeals to collectors who enjoy coins with a visible history. On the reverse side, the familiar eagle design remains one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Even in circulated condition, the wings, feathers, and surrounding inscriptions can remain visible. Collectors frequently inspect these areas to determine how much detail survives after years of use. Strong reverse detail often enhances a coin's appeal because it suggests that the coin experienced less severe wear than many other examples from the same era. The year 1995 may not immediately stand out to casual observers, but dedicated collectors know that every date and mint mark combination deserves careful examination. Occasionally, coins emerge that possess unusual striking characteristics, die varieties, or exceptional preservation that make them significantly more desirable than ordinary examples. Because of this possibility, collectors continue to search through old collections, coin rolls, and pocket change in hopes of discovering an overlooked treasure. Auction markets play a major role in determining the value of collectible coins. While most 1,995D Washington quarters remain worth only their face value in circulated condition, exceptional examples can generate substantial interest when offered to the right audience. Factors such as eye appeal, originality, rarity, and collector demand often influence bidding activity. In highly competitive auctions, multiple collectors may compete aggressively for a coin they believe is special, causing prices to rise dramatically beyond ordinary expectations. Natural toning can also contribute to a coin's appeal. Over time, quarters may develop shades of silver gray, gold, blue, or other subtle colors depending on storage conditions and environmental exposure. Collectors frequently appreciate these naturally developed tones because they add individuality and character to the coin. Combined with original surfaces and attractive wear patterns, natural toning can make a circulated quarter appear significantly more desirable. Every scratch, surface mark, and worn detail serves as a reminder of the coin's history. Unlike coins preserved immediately after minting, circulated examples have participated in daily life, passing through countless hands and transactions. For many collectors, this historical journey enhances the coin's charm and makes it more interesting to study. The combination of age, use, and survival creates a unique story that cannot be duplicated. Stories of valuable quarters continue to inspire collectors around the world. Reports occasionally surface describing extraordinary examples that achieve remarkable auction prices due to rare characteristics, exceptional preservation, or intense collector demand. Discussions involving a 1995D Washington quarter reaching an estimated auction value of up to $300,000 have captured the imagination of many enthusiasts. Such extraordinary figures are generally associated with unique circumstances, rare attributes, and highly competitive bidding environments that separate a coin from ordinary examples. The possibility of finding an overlooked treasure remains one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. Collectors carefully inspect every detail, searching for unusual features that may distinguish a coin from the millions of others produced during the same year. Magnification, proper lighting, and knowledge of grading standards all help reveal characteristics that might otherwise go unnoticed. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, a forgotten coin jar, or a roll of quarters from the bank, the 1995D Washington quarter continues to fascinate collectors who appreciate its history and potential. Its Denver Mint origin, recognizable Washington portrait, circulated scratches, original surfaces, and fine condition details combine to create a coin that tells a story far beyond its 25-cent face value. For many enthusiasts, the real excitement comes from the possibility that an ordinary-looking quarter could possess extraordinary qualities capable of attracting serious attention in today's competitive auction market, and becoming one of the most talked-about discoveries among modern coin collectors. Next coin, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, is a coin that often passes unnoticed in everyday change. Yet among collectors, it has become an interesting subject because certain circulated examples display characteristics that make them stand out from ordinary quarters. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time commonly struck coins without mint marks, this quarter entered circulation in large numbers and spent decades moving through commerce. Most examples remain common today, but every once in a while a particular specimen attracts attention due to its condition, unusual appearance, or collector demand. When examining a circulated 1974 Washington quarter, the first feature most collectors study is the portrait of George Washington. Even in fine condition, the profile remains clearly recognizable, with visible outlines in the hair, forehead, and facial features. The amount of detail remaining on the portrait often plays a major role in determining overall desirability. A coin that has circulated for years but still preserves strong design elements can be much more appealing than heavily worn examples with little remaining detail. Surface scratches are another important part of the story. A circulated quarter naturally accumulates marks from years of handling, contact with other coins, and everyday use. These scratches may not be attractive to every collector, but they provide evidence of the coin's history and authenticity. Many experienced numismatists appreciate coins that show honest wear because they reflect a genuine journey through circulation, rather than artificial enhancement or restoration. The rim of this particular quarter also deserves attention. Rim damage can occur when a coin experiences impacts during circulation, storage, or handling. While rim damage generally reduces the value of ordinary coins, it also adds to the unique history of a circulated example. Every mark around the edge tells part of the story of where the coin has been, and how it survived through decades of use. Some collectors enjoy studying these details because they reveal the life of the coin beyond its original minting. Looking more closely at the obverse, the inscriptions remain an important factor in evaluating condition. Even in fine condition, the words should remain readable, and the date should stand out clearly. The ability to identify the year and major design features without difficulty helps preserve collector interest. Strong lettering often contributes positively to the overall appearance of the coin, especially when paired with balanced wear across the surface. Turning to the reverse side, the familiar eagle design remains one of the most iconic images ever featured on American coinage. In circulated condition, some feather details may be softened by wear, but much of the design can still remain visible. Collectors frequently inspect the wings, body, and surrounding inscriptions to judge how well the coin has survived. Quarters that retain stronger reverse details often attract greater attention because they demonstrate better overall preservation. Natural toning can also enhance the visual appeal of a circulated 1974 quarter. Over decades, coins may develop subtle shades of gray, silver, gold, or even blue, depending on environmental conditions and storage methods. These colors often create a distinctive appearance that sets one coin apart from another. Collectors generally prefer natural toning over artificial alterations because it reflects the coin's authentic aging process. The year 1974 occupies an interesting place in Washington Quarter collecting. Although millions were produced, collectors continue searching for examples that exhibit exceptional quality, unusual characteristics, or superior eye appeal. The possibility of finding a noteworthy specimen among ordinary coins is one reason why quarter collecting remains so popular. Every coin presents an opportunity for discovery, and even common dates can occasionally surprise experienced collectors. Auction markets have a powerful influence on coin values. Most circulated 1974 quarters remain worth only face value or modest collector premiums, but certain examples gain attention when they display features that collectors consider desirable. Strong eye appeal, original surfaces, attractive toning, and unusual characteristics can all contribute to increased interest. When multiple bidders compete for a particularly appealing coin, auction prices can rise far beyond what casual observers might expect. Stories of remarkable coin discoveries continue to inspire collectors worldwide. Reports occasionally circulate about extraordinary examples achieving astonishing auction results due to rarity, demand, or unique qualities. Discussions involving a 1974 Washington Quarter without a mint mark reaching an estimated auction value of up to $325,000 have captured the imagination of enthusiasts who dream of finding hidden treasures in everyday coins. Such extraordinary values are generally associated with highly unusual circumstances, exceptional preservation, or special characteristics that distinguish a coin from ordinary circulated examples. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that an overlooked piece may hold unexpected significance. Collectors often examine every detail using magnification and proper lighting, searching for clues that reveal something special. Surface texture, strike quality, wear patterns, and originality all play a role in determining whether a coin deserves closer attention. Whether found in an old collection, inherited from a family member, or discovered in a forgotten jar of change, the 1974 Washington Quarter without a mint mark continues to fascinate collectors. Its Philadelphia Mint origin, Washington portrait, circulated scratches, rim damage, and fine condition appearance combine to create a coin with history and character. For many enthusiasts, the true value lies not only in the possibility of a significant auction result, but also in the thrill of uncovering a piece of American coinage history that has quietly survived for decades and may still hold surprises for those willing to look closely. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable coin stories, and hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now.